My husband is obsessed with his friend. She doesn't even like him. I, 30 female, have been married to my husband, 33 male, for almost 6 years. We've been together for 10. We moved out of state together pretty early in our relationship, over 8 years ago, but we moved back home almost 2 years ago now. We have 2 young kids, 5 male, 2 female, and my husband is currently untreated but diagnosed with ADHD, and I am undiagnosed autistic. We love each other and have some overlap in symptoms, but for the most part, our brains just work differently. I've accepted that he will never contribute the amount of work I do with the house and kids. He has way more freedom than me, as I am the one burdened with responsibility. Recently, he ran into an old friend. They never dated, but he was in love with her. She rejected him, and the friendship met an end, and they ended up hanging out, catching up, and he apologized to her for the past, saying she was a good friend at the time when he needed one. He mistook her kindness as affection and thought she liked him, but it wasn't romantic for her. He feels bad for how he handled the situation, and while I admire his growth, I don't enjoy this new friendship. It's been about a month, and they talk every single day. Her car is in the shop and has been this whole time. He gives her rides to and from work or the store. He's a great friend to have. I do feel bad that she is going through such a hard time, but why does my husband need to be her support system? He lent her $200 of our money, and he even tells her how beautiful she is. He tells me he's just trying to raise her standards and self-esteem since she chooses bad partners. Her fiancé hasn't been home in months. He just spends too much time with her. We've talked about it, and we've tried to come up with solutions to make me more comfortable with this friendship. He's brought her around. I've hung out with her a couple of times, but I just can't stop feeling slighted. He's such a good friend to her. He keeps telling me he's not trying to hurt me and that he loves me, not her. But I've seen their messages, and I am so uncomfortable with the amount of attention he gives her. He calls me beautiful too, but he'll call her a smoke show. She hasn't had any kids, and her body is way better than mine. And now she's the damsel in distress. I feel like as long as she is a wounded bird, he's going to be focused on her needs, even at the cost of mine. He always tells me he chose me, that he would never leave me, and that he would never be with her. And I don't think he would cheat on me, but that is not enough. We've gotten into multiple fights about this. I haven't talked to any of my friends about this. He has told his friends and family about her. Some of them already knew her. Pretty much everyone is telling him to be careful. A lot of people are saying he needs to cut her out. I honestly feel like he loves her, but maybe it's just a hyperfixation. Either way, I'm unhappy. I've lost a little bit of weight. I do my makeup and shower more, really working on my presentation, but it's just so lonely. I just want to be with someone who thinks I'm as great as he thinks she is. He says that I'm great and that he loves me, but it's just not the same as the messages he sends her. I already know there's no way I can break up their friendship. That's not fair. After all, he's not really cheating, and she really is just a person trying to live her life. At this point, I'm considering ending the relationship. Even though he says he chose me, he's still going to see her and help her all the time, despite what it does to my feelings. How is that choosing me? I just don't know what's next for us. What's the best way to work through this? We still love each other. I tried asking if he could just spend less time talking to her and doing stuff with her. His response was, quote, "If you start setting restrictions on me, I'm going to be mad." He just wants me to trust him and let him spend time with her. I do, and I have been, and it still hurts my feelings. And I don't know how to get over it. How do I move past this? And there's an update. So, a lot of people are going to be disappointed in this update. We're still together. He told me my feelings were valid and agreed we needed to make some changes. A lot of people are under the impression that he doesn't help me at all and that he's completely absent from the kids and my life. That's not true. I just meant that it's not a 50-50 split. He could definitely do more, and he has acknowledged that. He also admits that he was initially defensive about the situation. He thought about it a lot and realized that I was right, that while it's not inappropriate for him to have a female friend, he did take it too far. He has since stopped commenting on her appearance entirely. He has limited contact with her and backed off. I also confronted her, which I initially felt bad about, but now I don't. She insists they are just old friends, and she sees him as more of an older brother. However, when I stated that things were inappropriate and that boundaries needed to be set, She did not agree. She said she never heard of a healthy relationship with boundaries. That boundaries are something you set for children, not your partner. I decided I don't like her. She tried to play it off super nice afterwards and say things like, I hope that we work out, blah, 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 blah. That statement is just a huge red flag to me. I'm now looking at the signs and I'm pretty sure she's using him. My husband doesn't see it that way. He says he's never been in a real relationship. She doesn't understand that boundaries are normal and healthy, so now it's making a lot more sense why she's still single. There's nothing wrong with being single. I might be here soon if these changes don't stick. I know a lot of you guys don't believe he's not cheating on me. Some of you believe it's only because she won't put out. There's no way to convince you guys otherwise. After all, you don't have all the information. It's really hard to figure out what's relevant in things like this. Him going too hard with helping people is not a new thing. Trust me, you wouldn't believe how much we've spent on his little brother. Yeah, I know that's not great. Can't blame him entirely. We both come from families that have always struggled, and we feel lucky that even though we came from poorer households, my parents and his mother would definitely help us in any way they could. And he loves to pay that forward. Honestly, I love how much he cares about others. Yeah, the world would be a better place if we helped each other, but not everyone needs our help. His friend has other resources. He can still give her a ride home sometimes, as she does live very close. It hasn't been long enough to really test the waters. He hasn't seen her since all this went down, and I don't know how I'll feel the first time he does. Honestly, while I don't like her, it feels good that my husband has set boundaries with her. He took my side when she said boundaries weren't healthy in a relationship. He knows I wish she disappeared from our lives forever, and he said if it comes down to it, that's what will happen. But he's asking for one more chance to just rework the friendship into a healthy one. The few times we all hung out, we got along, even had a good time. At this moment, I don't know her well enough. He's known her for a very long time, so I should probably trust that he knows her better than me, and that maybe she's not a terrible person. At this moment, though, my experience with her has not been great. The only way I'm going to change my mind about her is through time. We'll see if he keeps up these boundaries and promises he's made. So far he has, but it's only been like 2 days. I also talked to one of his friends who's a licensed therapist. Since we don't have insurance, he has offered to help us talk it out. My husband has turned this down in the past, but this time has agreed. My husband also gets roped into a lot of contractor-type jobs for family members, which is another reason he's not home as often as I am. He's going to start taking our son with him more often when he does these jobs. We have a double date this weekend with one of my friends, and I will say, even before this post, he was trying to pull me out of the house more. It's hard when you have young kids and no one to help out. His mom is sick with the big C. My parents work full-time, and all of us just live paycheck to paycheck. Me and my husband both work full-time as well. I work remotely, so I stay home. We have one car, and I don't drive. Sometimes you get set up in a rut, and it's really hard to get out. My point is, he is not a bad guy. He does love me, and he's shown me that over and over again. We all struggle. I think it's important to remember your partner is not your enemy. And while you can't always avoid a fight, it helps to remember most of us just want our feelings validated. And we have a second update here, people. She still doesn't have a car. I let him take her to a doctor's appointment. I think my marriage is over. Nothing happened, and he wasn't even gone long, but I realized I'm not okay with this. I hate this. I'm trying to be rational, and I'm a big supporter of compromise, but I can't compromise on this one. Unfortunately, we have a lot going on right now, so I just have to pretend I'm okay. We have a couple of events to go through first. After that, though, I'm telling him one way or another she will be out of my life, and if he needs her in his, he can do it without me. I just can't force myself to keep it together. I want to wake him up right now. I hate this so much. My life is crumbling. Why couldn't he just choose me? She doesn't even like him. I can't believe I'm losing him to a fantasy that will never be. He told me he would choose me if I made him, but I have a feeling this is the end. Hey, that can't be the end of that story. That's the end of that story?